Good morning. Now, the Apostle John also writes to us on many occasions and says quite simply that some great political leader is going to come to power in the world. And this will take place after the church has been raptured. A great political leader, he's known to us as the Antichrist. Now, he will not appear to be a bad man. He will appear to be almost like the salvation for the people as the people struggle with so many problems that the world is going through. But he will truly take over the political structures of the world. And not only that, but alongside him there will be another. The false prophet is known as. And the false prophet will try to unite the religions of the world into one. See, the church, the Christians, will be gone. The only people left in the church at that particular time will be people who have never really accepted Jesus as Savior and Lord. They're just in the organization of the church. And they will have no understanding of what the problem is with joining with others. But the false prophet, the one, will try to amalgamate all religions into one world religion. He will do it for everybody except the Jews, because the Jews will still be stubborn, as they always have been stubborn, and will refuse to submit to a one religion. But here the Antichrist very cleverly will step in again and say to them, I'm going to make a special covenant with the Jewish people. First of all, I'm going to arrange for them to rebuild their temple in Jerusalem. This is something the Jews have longed for the last 2,000 years. And they will acclaim him and say, thank you, this is what we've been looking for. This man is obviously the person, or it might be a woman, mind you. The Antichrist may very well be a woman. It's not necessary to say it'll be a man. But this person who has come to power in the world, he's going to give us back our temple. Many in the world will proclaim and say, this is not right. This is not the way it should be. The great witnesses, the two great witnesses will appear and proclaim to the world this is not part of God's will. But the Jewish people themselves, so delighted to have their temple, will welcome it, and the temple will be built. But after 3.5 years, something strange will happen. Because this Antichrist will suddenly come to the temple and set himself up as truly the Messiah, the Mashiach, and will order all people to come and worship him. And he will be supported in this by the false prophet alongside him, bringing all religions in the world to try to worship the Antichrist, and will in fact set up an idol of himself, even within the sanctuary of the temple in Jerusalem. This is the abomination of desolation that Jesus was talking about. And he says to his people, his Christians, and to anybody who cares to listen, and to the Jewish people themselves who would care to listen at that time. He says, when you see this thing happening, get out of Jerusalem as quickly as you can and flee again to the hills. And where are they going to go to? They're going to go to Petra. They will get out and flee to Petra. Now, the Antichrist, being the representative of Satan, hates the Jews. You will also hate the Christians, those who are left, those who have come to faith since the great rapture. He will hate them, and he will do his best to try to wipe them out. He said, no, I will attack both Jew and those who have become Christians during this particular time. In fact, John in heaven has a vision, and he sees all these multitudes coming through in white robes. And he says to one of the elders, who are these? And one of the elders says, these are those who have been testifying during the tribulation and have been laid down their lives to confess who Jesus is and what he is. So in fact, there's going to be a great persecution of both Christians and Jews at this time. The persecution against the Christians who are existing is because they will be recognizing the Antichrist for what he is. And the persecution against the Jews will have a different source. You see, the enemy hates the Jewish people. He really hates them. He hates them because he knows how God has used them in the past, And he also knows how God is going to use them in the future. See, Jesus again himself prophesies after his arrest. He says, you will not see me again. In other words, I'm not going to come back and take up my reign in this world until you, the leaders of Israel, say, blessed is he who comes in the name of the Lord. You have to invite me back. You are the ones who will be the trigger for my return into this world. And so the enemy, knowing this, has always hated the Jews, tried to put them down, tried to destroy them. And in the latter days, he will do the same. And they too, scattering through the world, will find the Antichrist forces turning against them, rounding them up and killing them. And those who want to be safe will join the Christians in Petra. They will go where these Christians have gone again. And for some strange reason, in some strange way, God will keep them protected there in this particular place. So we have them in Petra, waiting now to see what God is going to do next. We'll talk about this tomorrow.